Hi, I'm Andy Peregrine from Modifius, and you're listening to Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG talk.
This week, Morris, PJ, and Jessica go over all the tabletop RPG news of the week, including the Roll20 hack, no more Hydro74 alternate D&D covers, some exciting Kickstarters live now, and more this week on Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG talk.
I, Malak the Maleficent, have seen fit to sponsor this pitiful podcast myself. As you know, Malak the Maleficent, who is me, is the most powerful, excellent, and handsome wizard in all the land. He is guaranteed to be 100% better than that Victor von Wolfhausen Smythe, and not at all genocidal. Malak the Maleficent, for a better tomorrow. Briefly.
All the tabletop role-playing news, we aim to amuse and we aim to enthuse. And Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG
Hello, and welcome to Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG talk. I am Russ, aka Morrus, or Morrus, aka Russ, and with me this week is
PJ Coffey from the Southampton Guild of Roleplayers. For us, as ever, I am delighted to be here. And here with us today, doing a happy little dance with a certain amount of hula-hooling of joy, possibly to do with, who can say, the events of last night, which was clearly the 4th of July, and that's deeply significant for our American listeners, but also perhaps for our British listeners, and of no meaning at all for people outside of either of those two spheres. It is the extremely green-fingered and extremely happy. It's the one, it's the only, it's
me, Jessica from D&amp Publishing, and by the 4th of July, PJ, I assume you mean the end of the Void Runners Codex Kickstarter campaign.
Absolutely. What a spectacular finish. Yes. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Amazing. And a solid £97,000, £98,000.
Yeah, absolutely. And nothing.
And many sleepless nights. Yeah.
Yes, we were racing to get this one done because it's the most, in terms of layout, technically complicated project we've done, because it's like 3 books, there's tokens, there's maps, there's a lot of stuff going on, and we had a change in our layout team during the project as well, unexpectedly. But we got a draft of it out, our early access, so now we need to go through and make the changes. But we shared that with backers so they can see what it is straight away. And Russ and I were up past midnight getting stuff sorted, sending stuff out, and also Francita, Alex, and Frank in layout were working very hard as well. So
change their desk. With chains made of scorpions, beaten with scorpions.
Honestly, Russ, I feel like you have been chained to your desk for the last few days, really getting stuff finished.
Do you know what? It's not over yet.
No.
But it will be soon. But the last 6 months have been really intense on this thing for me. I love it, but I'm going to be glad when it's done.
I think
because
that's why it's intense, though, because it's such a big project that you care so much about it. You want it to be right, so it's But anyway, so we did that yesterday, and nothing else happened in either the US or the UK of any significance.
Yeah, I'm going to be very pleased to get my full slipcase, because you did actually manage to pry money out of my stingy hands. I thought, I was like, that's 200 tokens. That is a lot of tokens.
It's good value. It's good value.
Yeah, and free books are going to be amazing. And adventures. I was like, go on then. Treat yourself, you're in the ones. Can't take it with you.
Woo! Yeah, there we go.
Or can you?
I don't know. I guess that can be the subject of this week's topic. Is there role-playing games in the afterlife? And what do they play?
Yeah.
And why is this
I can actually talk about that afterwards as well, because I did an interview for Not D&D, a pre-recording for RuneCan, and its tagline is "Death is not the end." So yes.
Right.
But anyway,
good to know.
Should we talk about
let's do some news?
Happened? Yes, let's do the news.
Yeah. You know those alternative D&D covers?
The
ones that
the pretty
are in
ones.
the pretty ones by Hydro74 that appear in hobby stores.
Yes, like there's the Hand of Vecna one, which with gold and yeah.
Yeah, so Hydro74, Joshua M. Smith, as he is also known, has been doing these alternate covers for the D&D hardcovers for like 10 years now. Basically since 5e was launched in 2015 or whenever it was.
They're all
2014.
different, but they do have a cohesive kind of collector's style to them because they are different, but you can tell it's that same artist. So on the shelf, I imagine if you've been collecting them, they look quite like a collecting version.
But you may have noticed that the alternative covers for the 2024 Player's Handbook and DMG and Monster Manual had a different style.
Yes.
To the Hydro74 style. And Hydro74 has confirmed that Vecna, Eve of Ruin, was his last book for Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He said, sadly, Wizards of the Coast said this was my last book since they're changing direction, which is disappointing, but freelance life was a fun ride. Wow. So,
I mean, yeah, that does make sense if you're doing a new product line. Is that fair to say what the 2024 new edition is?
Yeah.
That you change up the art style? Like,
it's
I get
a new
that.
product line, which is back compatible to 2014. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah.
Yes, but the art is not back compatible.
Yeah, but
you cannot use 2014 art with the 2024 book.
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
I'm afraid it's just outdated at this point. Yeah, sorry.
But, you know,
You have to refresh your art assets.
on a
Or
positive
just play
note,
with polygons and like those little squares with like lines cut through.
Yeah.
it sounds like there's a talented artist out there that is available to do work on other tabletop RPG covers.
Yeah,
is
true.
what I'm hearing.
Yoinking away.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a shame in a way. I get it. You know, they want to sort of like draw a line and sort of say, okay, these books are different now.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
I guess the freelance life is a tough gig, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
you know.
And that's the majority of people who work in this
Yeah.
tabletop role-playing game space.
Yes, that is very true.
Very true.
Anyway, so I hope Hydro74 gets tons of works with loads and loads of other companies.
I'd be shocked if they didn't, because they do really good work. So the quality of their work speaks for itself, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyone else got some news? Give me some news.
I have news about Infinity and a staircase. And a staircase.
Any old staircase?
The infinite staircase, yes.
Oh.
Is this a book?
Yes. So
Good. Excellent.
Quest from the Infinite Staircase is an upcoming book from D&D, which is coming July 16th, I believe. So that's very, very soon. That is coming out, and that's part of celebrating the 50th anniversary of D&D. So it's their adventure anthology, and we got the contents page. We've got a preview of it. So Bran Stoddard shared the table of contents, along with the stats for the Elder Evil Zargon the Returner. I don't know who that is, but they look very tentacly and have a horn and one red eye. And that is all I know of them at this point. Do you know of them? Are you familiar with Zargon the Returner, either of you?
Not particularly, no.
Not personally.
I'm not, I'm afraid.
I didn't know he left, to be honest.
Okay. That's awkward.
Well, he's back now.
Oh.
He's back
right.
now. I mean, according to the internets, Zargon was an elder evil of unknowable origin, an eldritch abomination entombed under the ruins of a fallen city for his vile ways.
He does look that way. Like, I know I don't judge a book by his cover, but I'm looking at the artwork, and it looks tentacly and, dare I say, mucusy.
Is this part of your anti-tentacle agenda, Jessica?
I didn't know I had that agenda, but now you say it, I do feel that way, and that is a good summary. I'm not a fan of a tentacle. I don't want them near me. No, thank you.
I'm just going to intervene and move this conversation on. So,
Okay.
thank you. So, I have an important question, which is: was he entombed by the fallen city, or was he already entombed and had a city fall on him, or did the city fall and then he was entombed underneath it?
That is an excellent question.
Yeah, I mean, the order of events seems pretty key to me. Yeah.
From the artwork, it looks as though the city is reasonably intact and he is bursting forth from the ground. So I'm assuming that he was put there and they put the city on him. Like they're like, get in there, down there, out of the way. Enough of this nonsense.
Stomped him in with a deity stuffing rod or something.
Oh, but this artwork looks like it's an older. I don't know.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
So
I do not know.
okay, I've discovered something.
Oh dear.
Zargon appeared in The Lost City, the basic edition D&D adventure, many years ago.
So this is why he's there, because it's a look back over the 50 years.
Well, that's one of the adventures in Quest for the Infinite Staircase, because it's an anthology of adventures, isn't it? Well, there we go. We solved the mystery.
There we go. But he's got some cool actions. He has the mucus is a strong theme. He has slimy demise. So when he dies, its body dissolves into a foul slime, leaving only its horn behind, and then he reforms in 1d10 days, regrowing from the horn. And the horn is immune to all damage and can only be destroyed by... Oh, should I not say in case people can play it? Spoiler if you're going to play it. It can only be destroyed.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. There's a way to destroy it. The DM, that your DM probably knows about.
It's in bicarbonate of soda. Yes, so that's cool.
Don't pour salt on me, don't like it.
They also have an ability called Slime Wave.
Oh, really?
It's like a Mexican wave, but a lot slimier.
No, he spews slime in a 60-foot cone, which is disgusting.
That's a hell of a sneeze blast.
Yeah.
You're going to need more than a sneeze guard at the sidebar, I'll tell you that.
Ew, and it does more stuff.
So he's challenge rating 17.
He's quite a lot. I don't... As well as Slime Wave, there's something called Slime Spray. Which
is
as a reaction.
Different.
Yeah.
More of a splurt.
Yeah, I think that's the one where he just sneezes on you. I think Slime Wave is more like he pukes on you.
It feels, it's more, this is, and, that's a lot. And you got a con save to get through that. I won't tell you what it is, but it's a high con save, because it's disgusting. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is quite vile. How lovely. I reckon the only way to get rid of the horn would be bicarb and vinegar, because that gets rid of most things. So that would be my first suggestion to an adventuring party.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's Zargon. We also got the table of contents there.
Yes.
Right?
So there's many more beyond this lovely mucusy thing, tentacle.
Yeah. So we got basically the table of contents is basically a list of the adventures, which we already know. So there's the Infinite Staircase, the Lost City, When a Star Falls, Beyond the Crystal Cave, Pharaoh, Lost Caverns of that word, Sojanth, however you pronounce it. Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. So it's those adventures. And then a bunch of creatures, monsters. Yeah.
Ooh, there's a bit that says at the end, in the Expedition to Barrier Peaks, the spaceship.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good fun.
Yeah. Well, that's an old adventure where a spaceship crashes into... basically to mount the Barrier Peaks, and then the adventurers go and explore it, and there's like lasers and robots and stuff.
Wow. What a Void Runners Codex genre
That's
match.
an old classic adventure, that one.
I mean, that's weird fantasy. Weird fiction, which was before the divide was inserted between science fiction and fantasy. It's kind of fun, actually. I'm getting more... I've realised, actually, it's one of my favourite things, so I'm super into it.
That's why you picked up the Void Runners Codex, because you can do exactly that now.
What? Who would have thought of this? Absolutely.
That looks quite cool. I've not played any of the old D&D adventures because I have played D&D, I promise. No, but the D&D long-term campaign I was in was like a homebrew world thing, so I haven't played any adventures really. I'm technically playing a few now, technically, but they're being edited in a bit of an A5e way, so I'm not sure how much that counts.
I mean, Expedition to the Barrier Peaks, the original one has a lot of empty rooms. It's just like you just get I can see it's like you could spend a lot of time just going around saying, "We're going to a room."
But a lot of old adventures did really. They were full of empty rooms.
That's not very fun.
Well, that's the modern perception.
Some people find it fun.
Yeah.
Do they?
And so
is it because of the tension? It's like, oh, is there anything here? Oh no, there's not. And just that repeatedly, playing. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Like I think nowadays I tend to want to try and edit it so we can have more good stuff.
Yeah.
Because time is very limited nowadays. Yeah. Like people have smartphones.
I think the empty rooms they can be there, but you can skip through. You can say you go through 3 or 4 different rooms. You pass through a thing and a thing and a thing until you arrive at that sort of thing. You can do that. And
you can turn it into an exploration challenge. It's like, you're busy trying to find your way through these rooms. critical success, you find some extra, like something called alien boon or something. Critical failure, you get hopelessly turned around and give up and have to like consume some extra supplies because you're busy.
Lost.
Yeah, you're lost and stress eating. Yeah.
I think a question people have about the Infinite Staircase Adventures as well is because we do have the 2024 edition coming out, but Wizards of the Coast have confirmed that the adventure is playable whether you're using the 2014 Player's Handbook or the 2024 Player's Handbook, and the same for the Dungeon Master's Guide. So that's the thing with most adventures, you can
just use them.
Yeah, in the same way that you could probably play Level Up A5 using this adventure if you really wanted to.
Yeah,
you
could definitely play it using
adventures
Level Up
aren't
A5.
so.
Yeah.
So
that is the definition of back compatibility which A5 adopted.
And the 2024 Player Handbook promises as well.
Yeah. Hey, so we've all used Roll20, haven't we?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
I got an email
Yes.
about.
I have.
Yes. Well, anyone who has used Roll20 probably would have gotten this email. Because they've been hacked.
Well, that's not necessarily hacked. They didn't say the word hacked, did they?
An account has been compromised. I don't know.
Yes.
How was the definition of hacking? So, as unauthorized access to data on Roll20 servers.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Unauthorized access to data, personal data of customers of Roll20, that I would say in common parlance is hacked.
Is it?
So,
I don't know.
Okay. So
I
basically
consider
what
that.
they've got is personal information such as first and last name, email address,
right.
last known IP address, and the last 4 digits of your credit card if you bought something.
God blimey.
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not. So it's not your full payment details. So people can't make payments online with that info.
So it's not your address or credit card number, although your IP address can
Have it-
sort of be used to...
Like name, credit card number, these are not the full credit card number. That's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah,
having
it's
your
not. It's not
IP
great,
address
but I'm
so-
saying at least it's not like, oh god, I have to cancel all my cards. Like
And not the
situation.
CCV
Yeah,
on the back of the card, at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
I suppose. That's
And also the passwords, people's account passwords were not exposed, apparently.
Yay.
But still, it's not great. But, it happens so much these days, doesn't it? It's,
So they say it happened for 1 hour on June 29th. Access was blocked within 1 hour of the intrusion being discovered, and they've done an investigation. Sent everyone an email,
yeah.
and they're just notifying us an abundance of caution. And then I think in my email they provided links to like what to do to protect yourself. As in, like how to So
Yeah. I mean, they say we've no reason to believe your personal information has been misused. Like, what would be the motive?
the only thing
For-
I can think of is an employee that was no longer with the company still had access. Like they hadn't had their access revoked to a system, and then somebody realised that they had
And
logged
then-
into the system.
I suppose maybe.
Because
yeah.
that
Well, I
would
suppose we don't
count.
know, do
That
we?
would
But,
count as a data breach for me at EM as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, maybe that's what. Who knows? We don't know. But the unauthorized access has been blocked,
Yes.
and I guess they've. I don't know.
bit anonymity.
I'm not sure what you can really do there, but if it doesn't involve your password, so you don't need to change your
Yeah.
password. But I suppose you should anyway, as you always should when something like this happens.
Yeah. The thing is, with me, the only thing that I think could happen is that your name and email get sold on a list somewhere, because that potentially could be the thing. But the thing is, the email I use for Roll20 is my online one that I use for stuff that has so much spam attached to it, because I've had it for like 20 years, and I use it for all my online stuff that's not secure, so I get so much spam to that account anyway. It'd be hard to know.
Currys insist on trying to take your email address every time you try and buy something from them.
Oh, yes, give you a receipt. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do some more news.
More news. I have more news.
Yes.
Do it.
So I'm going to start a One Ring campaign soon. As a player.
Nice.
I know, I'm looking forward to it. My inspiration for a character thus far is I saw a man on TikTok who was juggling some apples, but also eating the apples as he was juggling them. And it felt like the most chaotic, hobbity thing to do. And that thus far is my only character inspiration. That's as far as I've got.
You're playing a Hobbit. Who could have foreseen this turn of events?
Yeah. But anyway, Free League, who make the One Ring, are also doing things with the One Ring. They are bringing out a new book, a mega dungeon campaign, Moria, Through the Doors of Durin. And that is available as the One Ring 2nd edition, and that's what I'm going to be playing because that looks a very cool system. They also have Lord of the Rings role-playing for 5e, so if you do, want to play 5e, this adventure is available, but it's got slightly different names. It's Moria, Shadows of Khazad-dûm.
Khazad-dûm,
That's the one. And yeah, that's available for pre-order now. So if you are also getting into the One Ring, there you go.
So that was a Kickstarter last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't back it because
I did. They gave me a sweet map.
Have you got it?
Yeah, I don't have it yet. Still waiting on it. But yeah, I'm due the map and the 5e version because I figured, you know what? I can turn this into a 5e, improve it, and then also do a whole Moria thing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah.
I can even write up cultures for it as well. It'd be quite cool.
Fulfillment date on it was May, apparently. So I guess you'll get it soon, I guess. I don't know.
It's like a couple of months delay is like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it soon.
Yeah.
If we start looking at like Exalted Third stuff,
As long as it doesn't appear in the shops before you get it.
That is the thing. Yeah,
deal breaker.
But that's the reason I didn't, after having been burnt a few times, I
Yeah.
didn't back this particular one. But I do want it, but I'm just going to buy it from the shops.
Well, I just wanted the map.
fair.
It was a shiny.
I remember us you two talking about that map, actually. You do love a good map.
It's a gorgeous map, yeah, lovely map.
Yeah,
Powerful spur to creativity.
absolutely. So,
Who doesn't want a map of Moria?
well, I didn't back it, so I assume that means me.
Apparently.
No.
Though Jess wants
Sad-
to be lost
sad
when she
times.
goes to Moria.
Yes,
Okay.
you would prefer to get lost in the catacombs of Moria. You do not want a map.
It's not what I
And then be
want.
trapped in there
But, like,
with a Balrog.
Anyone...
There's a Balrog in there.
I
know.
think the goblins would probably be more relevant.
Yeah, like the same height as
There's a
me.
lot of goblins.
Anyone that knows me knows I have no sense of direction as well, so I absolutely, as Jess, the player, would get lost in Moria, 100%. I get lost, like, walking around my hometown. I have no sense
You
of
could
direction.
you could just follow a Gandalf if you can find one.
Yeah, just follow a tall person. That's usually what I do when I go anywhere. I assign a person. I'm
You
like,
just pick a random tall person and just follow them.
Usually-
You don't know where they're going or who they are, but I'm sure they know where they're going.
usually I pick someone I know in my adventuring party, in real life, as I call it. Or I use modern technology to help me. Or if I am at a convention and there's a crowd of people, you can just sometimes follow people. Someone that's got like a TTRPG nerdy t-shirt, I'm like, if I follow them, I'll probably end up somewhere I want to be because they look my
They're
flavour
probably
of
going
nerd.
to the convention.
Yes.
What if they've just left the convention and they're going home, though, and you end up following them home?
At some point, I would realise this would be the case. And I think at some point they might turn around and ask me, like, you've been following me for a long time, this is weird. And then maybe I would just cry and be like, I'm lost, please help me. And they'd be like, oh, this small hobbit is not a threat to me. Which would be correct. I am in no way physically threatening. But anyway.
Here, have a bun.
Yeah, and I would need that. I need a little snack and to deregulate. But anyway, yeah, so the One Ring, Moria Through the Doors of Durin for the One Ring coming out. And I'm really looking forward to playing my One Ring 2nd edition campaign because I've had it, the start set, for a while. I looked at it looks cool, but I haven't actually played yet. So I will talk to you about that in a few months when the campaign gets going and underway.
Well, I'm going to buy it from the shops, definitely.
Nice.
Because I do want it. I do want it.
Yeah.
There we go.
I like a Moria. Moria's Moria's like the original D&D dungeon in a way, I think. Does it?
Other tabletop RPG stuff that's coming to print of systems what I play is I also play Warhammer Fantasy Role Playing, and there are some new books by Cubicle 7 of that product range. So there is Winds of Magic and Lustria. I know about Winds of Magic, I don't know about Lustria.
The jungle.
Yeah, Land of Jungles from
jungle-
Shores of the Old World. Oh, sorry, PJ.
Full of, well, you actually have the product description in front of you. I just have my half remembered from like many decades ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like full of like weird lizard folk
Yeah.
and horrendous poisons and just generally not the sort of place you want to be if you're a human. You have a terrible time.
That matches the pretty much
They got dinosaurs, or am I making that? I'm hoping for dinosaurs.
Lizard Man, Skaven.
Oh, Skaven as well. Wow.
The
Saurians,
Vampire
Foxtools.
Coast. There's
Okay,
undead
yeah, yeah.
things. There's new rules for explorer careers.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
rules about founding and managing a settlement, which is interesting. And
Okay.
there's a playable race called the Skink characters, which I assume is
Skink.
Skink.
Yeah. They're like hobbits if hobbits were lizards.
Oh,
That sounds great.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the Lustria one, and the Winds of Magic. it's a comprehensive guide to traditions bought by the 8 colleges of magic, so it's got all those things coming
amazing.
out. So they're hardcover supplements to the game, so if you also play that and any of that sounds interesting, you can pick them up. So, and that is the news. That's what I'm bringing to the table this week. Who else has got news?
I've got some Planet of the Apes news.
Oh. Discuss.
Okay.
Planet of the Apes hit Kickstarter. Using the D6 system.
Yeah.
From, obviously, initially pioneered in the Ghostbusters RPG and then developed and expanded into West End Games' Star Wars RPG, which is where it's most famous from. The official Planet of the Apes role-playing game is on Kickstarter.
It's doing
it's got some lovely Planet of the Apes miniatures, which do look very cool.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't buy them because I'd have to paint them, and I never would.
No.
But if they came painted, I'd buy them. I would actually buy those. But anyway, it's about $250,000 so far. It's doing well. This is the original Planet of the Apes movies and TV series it's based on, not the new current ones.
Yeah. This is. It looks very cool though.
The Charlton Heston version.
Yes, yeah, those ones.
Okay.
And it looks very cool.
They even...
I mean,
Sorry, they have the Statue of Liberty mini as well.
have they?
Yeah, well, mini, it's big because scale.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably not as big as the Statue of Liberty though. It's a dice tower. It's a dice tower.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a Statue of Liberty dice tower.
Oh, now we're talking.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So
You
drop it and the
maniacs.
flame comes down.
Yeah.
Blow it all up.
Now that is a clever idea. That is a clever idea. I like that.
I always thought it was weird in Planet of the Apes, though, that he didn't realise he was back on Earth until spoiler for anyone that hasn't seen this, however 20-plus-year-old film.
He's an astronaut.
20? Get out of here.
So he's an astronaut, right?
Yeah.
Surely he'd recognise the moon.
That's what I
He's probably
thought.
seen the moon a lot of times. He knows what it looks like.
Maybe it was just cloudy.
I just thought...
But he went into space.
I don't see
know.
why the Statue of Liberty thing was like, oh, it's Earth, because there were so many other things that were like...
Did you realise, though?
I think...
Because it was a twist at the end.
When I...
Like, the first time you saw the film,
I think-
did you realise?
Because I
very
had
young.
seen it and I'd already
just
known
like-
about it because it had been out for a long
Right.
enough time that it was in the cultural zeitgeist.
I think I didn't realise. I think when I first saw the film,
Yeah.
I thought the Statue of Liberty was like a Sixth Sense level twist. Like,
Oh, really?
sort of...
How long has that
Yeah.
film been out? Was that like 70s or 80s it came out?
70s.
It was 70s. Oh, so yeah.
Maybe
Right.
later. Yeah, correctly. They got
I think
into it.
I was about 10 or so when I saw it, if I recall correctly.
So,
but I
like,
couldn't tell you when it came out. I didn't necessarily see it when it was
1968.
released. Yeah, so I didn't see it when it was released. I saw it on TV or something.
Oh,
But,
okay.
but yeah, it caught me by surprise, definitely.
Oh, well, there we go. The book was very nice. The artwork, I like it's got like a nice painted artwork style of the Kickstarter. I see why it's done well.
The minis do look amazing.
Yes.
Unpainted, sadly, so, I'm not a mini painter.
Oh, that's half
so.
the fun, Chris.
It's not half the fun at all. That's the non-fun bit. That's the bit that is not fun. The fun bit is owning the minis. Painting the minis is not fun.
Well,
Once again, we established that RPGs and so forth come in many different hobbies.
Yes, absolutely.
they also
absolutely.
have a limited edition slipcase set. So, clearly we're the first person to ever do that. So we started that trend. No one else has ever done a slipcase for books.
No, we invented them.
Yes, we did.
Slipcases.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And tokens
For those
as well.
wondering at home, this is what we call a diplomatic silence time maintaining.
We're being sarcastic in case anybody was unsure. Oh, they have a cool time capsule storage box for the Ultimate Collection. The Ultimate Collection is $1,000, just to be clear. So
Yeah.
it's this like metal time capsule suitcase.
How many people have backed it?
24.
Wow, 24 grand just in people getting that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this is going to be expensive to produce because you've got this, it looks like a metal suitcase. You've got the deluxe slipcase, you've got signed things, you've got loads of minis.
I remember Mongoose Publishing did a metal-bound version of a book. Was it when they were doing Judge Dredd, or was it something else? I can't remember.
Oh, that's cool.
But they wanted a bullet hole in it. Do you know what they did?
Do they actually
They got
shoot
all the
it?
metal. Yeah, they got all the metal-bound copies of the book. They got a gun, and they shot each book.
Wow.
They actually did
That
that.
feels really American, doesn't it?
Apparently, it was fairly popular at the time. Like people
I mean,
liked
it's
it
cool.
because you knew it was a genuine bullet hole.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I can't remember if the bullet went straight through the entire thing and through the pages as well.
Yeah,
or not.
it depends. I
don't know how they did it
depends
exactly.
at the range you had. I think it would. Most ranges, you would get it
But maybe they opened it, so they just shot through the front cover.
That would,
something.
yeah.
I don't know.
You'd
I
have to
don't
have a
know.
good
Would be
marksman
better.
to do that. I can't do that anymore. I used to do.
Well, I think they did it right close up. I
You
don't
used
imagine
to
they
be able
would.
to shoot
I don't think they put
whole
it like
book cover.
a quarter of a mile away and got a sniper rifle.
Maybe
on it.
like a quarter of a mile away. I used to do shooting competitions. So I don't know if you did that. I was quite
I
good.
did. I've never fired a gun in my life.
I'm rubbish now because my eyesight's gone and I haven't caught up to wearing glasses yet. But yeah, I used to do shooting competitions, so yeah.
Ah,
There we go. So for US listeners, you can get access to guns in the UK. It's just heavily legislated.
I saw another cool Kickstarter. This is for Pathfinder 2e, but it's all about dinosaurs. Dr. Drollin's Dictionary of Dinosaurs from Paleo Games.
nice.
Very nice.
Realistic dinosaurs for your Pathfinder 2nd edition game. So 304 pages of dinosaurs, including creatures, plants, and some ancestries.
Nice.
So I guess you get to play a dinosaur? Interesting.
Yeah. Or a dinosaur folk.
Yes, dinosaur folk. Yeah. That does look cool. I like dinosaurs. I'm a fan of dinosaurs.
But,
Do you know,
so, big fan of Mark Bolan. Mr.
there was a campaign I saw as well. It's a 5e nautical adventures thing, but an interesting thing they did was they have a link to a mod for Baldur's Gate 3 that lets you play as one of the classes that's featured in the supplement.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that was fun, because that's like, if
Interesting.
you like playing Baldur's Gate 3, you can try out the mod of this character class. Which I think is a very interesting way to kind of promote your 5e content. I thought that was very clever.
That does sound fun.
Yeah. I haven't tried it, but yeah, one thing they've done is, it's called, sorry, I should say the name of the Kickstarter. It's Songs of the Spellbound Sea is the name of the adventure. It ends next week on the 11th. But I just noted, I haven't had a look at the actual content, but I just thought the idea of using Baldur's Gate 3 mods to be like, try out the class in play is an interesting idea. But yeah.
So this is, I was looking at a thread on EN World, and it was about the exclusive pre-order bonuses for the 2024 Player's Handbook.
Right.
So there's a screenshot here, and basically you've got a digital-only package, you've got a digital and physical bundle package, and then you've got of just the Player's Handbook, and then you've got one of all of the core rule books, digital and physical bundle. And it's got things like early access and bonus, like digital minis and exclusive extra bonuses and things like that. And the general conversation surrounding it is, and bear in mind, I'm not much of a video gamer, but it's very much a video game model from what the conversation is saying surrounding it.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. Any times I buy a video game, I just go and buy the basic one and just buy it and play it for about 5 minutes and then get bored and forget I ever bought it.
Yeah, how's Baldur's Gate going?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway. But anyway, and there's a bit of a conversation just coming up around it, like how like I guess this is on D&D Beyond, I guess.
Okay.
Like early accesses and pre-order bonuses and things like that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, it kind of just does remind me of Kickstarter early pledge things, and if you because the part of the things with tabletop games is you back it on Kickstarter, you get it bonus stuff, special things for backing it before it's actually out. So that kind of works in a way like a pre-order would on that. And I'm not sure I'm mad at that because I'm not surprised because Hasbro has talked about wanting to enhance the digital side of what they do, and they did hire a load of people that worked at Xbox and Microsoft, so they would have been like, hey, this is what we did there, do you want us to bring those learnings to you? And Hasbro was like, yes please and thank you. So
you get dice sets, digital dice sets, frames and backdrops, just like bits of art basically.
I mean I don't really use D&D Beyond, so I haven't used any of that stuff, but I know there are people that like having like some custom dice and stuff.
If you like it, you like it. I can't myself imagine ever buying a digital dice set for a platform. I'd be like, if I've got some dice that work, I cannot imagine saying, oh no, I want some red ones, or I want some gold ones, or anything like that. I
guess
just can't.
People
I guess that's
enjoy
why
buying things, which is fun. Yeah.
I guess if it's part of a bundle, if I was going to buy the handbook anyway, and it's like if you get it now, you also get these things. That might tempt me to go, oh, go on, I'll just get it here now because I was going to get it anyway. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and...
But there's also 2 early accesses.
Maybe.
Like, I don't understand how this works. So you get a 2024 Player's Handbook digital only, and with that, you get 12 dice sets, 10 frames, and 5 backdrops. Then you've got early access master tier, 2 weeks, early access hero tier, 1 week.
Oh, so you're paying for the early access, so... Okay, so you get it 2 weeks before general release, or you get it 1 week before general release.
Do you know, but the thing is, and I posted this in a thread, one person's early access is someone else's delayed access. So what they're saying is, we've got it, it's ready for sale, we're letting people buy it and have it now, but some people have to wait longer to get it.
Oh, okay, so early access in this case means, like, you actually get the finished product. Because
it's not like an alpha version. It's not a beta version or anything.
Yeah, I hear early access and Steam has trained...
No, it's not quite that.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, and to be honest, like, we're saying it's a finished product, but actually...
Well, it must be because it's gone to print at that point. So they've got the finished product at that point. They can't change it.
Yeah.
Those books have gone to print. Like, some people have seen them. They've long gone to print.
I mean...
But then there's, like...
So it's not a case of a beta version which is going to get changed. It's just literally, we have it ready for sale. We're going to let you have it, but we're not going to let these people have it unless they pay extra.
And you feel that's not...
to gate it for 2 weeks.
What are your feelings about that?
I mean, I guess in the long run, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, it is inconsequential to my life.
Yeah.
You know, whether I get it one week or a week later. But I don't know. It just kind of, I don't know.
Are they... It is basically now, though, that they're getting the physical books and a digital copy at the same time. Or like,
I think the early access
both
will be the PDF, I imagine.
Yeah.
Well, it won't even be a PDF. It'll be on D&D Beyond, won't it? But yeah.
Okay. So I mean, in many ways, it's good then that they're finally saying, well, if you get a physical copy of our book, you will also get access to the digital reward.
Yeah, but you are not getting it free.
Right. So unlike every other publisher.
Yeah, you're buying a bundle. You're not getting it free.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. I don't feel strongly about it.
Yeah,
but
I'm not having
it's
strong...
a conversation that I noticed.
Yeah, I don't have strong feelings about it myself.
I think I have a mild dislike for it, is how I describe it.
If I looked at literally any publisher at all, right, and they put that as their offering, I'd be like, oh, I see what you're doing there. No, thank you very much. The fact that it's Hasbro makes no difference to me, except I was probably not that interested in buying it anyway. Yeah. I mean... Maybe
that's why I don't care, because I'm not going to buy it. Maybe that's why I'm kind of like, all right. But maybe if...
Yeah, but you haven't bought the 2014 ones either, have you?
I've never... as I always say, I've not bought any D&D
You just borrow
products.
other people's. Yeah.
Well, I was given this one because I had a spare one.
Yeah.
But I don't... And I haven't invested in any since, because I don't play D&D 5e, because...
So I've got a lot of 5e books. Well, I have. Well, the last one I bought...
You've got a load of Dungeons and Dragons books. Nerd.
Yeah. Look at those on the shelf just there.
I know.
But not in like 3 years I haven't.
No. Well, I just... I'm very into playing lots of different systems. I'm more likely to have a plethora of books of things to try, because
Yeah, I sort of feel like I need to buy the 2024 books just for completeness' sake.
Yeah.
I'm interested in them professionally to see what changes they've made, because I'm obviously, as you know, obsessed with balances and games and so forth, and my little project of back engineering whatever rubric they use in Hasbro, because that's very interesting for me. It's like a funny little intellectual exercise. You know, if they put out how they did it, I'd be like, oh, and would actually be less interested, because then it would be a solved problem. It's the fact that the information's hidden, and I'm having to work at it. That's what makes it interesting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, if I could just look it up, I'd be like, oh, whatever, and move on with my life.
I think part of it was, you know, like a while back, they announced that hobby stores in America will be getting the books early as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But only in America.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like I'm outside of all the categories. I guess the reason it bugs me a little bit is I just happen to be outside all of the categories that could get it early.
All right, okay.
So I'm basically going to be the last person to get it, because I'm not in America, so I can't get it early at a hobby store. Yeah. I don't use D&D Beyond, so I can't get it early there.
Yeah.
So, you know, so...
I guess they want to...
I have to just do the regular wait for it to appear on Amazon thing.
Well, I mean,
in
maybe
the UK, and is going to get it last, which I guess I don't care, but I don't know.
I feel like you do care a little bit because you just talk.
care a
You
little
talk about
bit,
it long.
I
You're like, well, I
suppose,
don't
yeah.
care. I'm like, it sounds like you do.
Do you know what it is? It's about a fear of missing out and not being part of the conversation because everybody is going to be talking about it, and I won't have it yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like TV shows when people see it before you,
It'll just be
and
spoilers.
That's true. I've not.
it's not even just the spoilers. It's just you miss the conversation.
Yeah.
Like the whole water cooler or the online equivalent of the water cooler
On the
conversation is
forums,
part of the
yeah.
fun of watching a TV show. But if by the time you see it, everyone had that conversation a month ago
Yeah.
when they got it, you're just talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Because they've all had that
That's
conversation.
true.
So, yeah. And I think with TV and stuff, like worldwide distribution, like staggering that does, especially in the age of social media, it does become sort of difficult to navigate.
It's tricky though because we have that with our Kickstarter campaigns because things take different times on ships to get to places. So I'm like, do I halt sending out rewards to people when the books are at the warehouse ready to go, and it charges me money for a month for them sitting there because they haven't arrived in the US yet? So logistics of physical books. Tricky.
Yeah,
so
there's always
I get,
behind the scenes reasons for this stuff to happen.
Yeah.
We're not privy to those when it comes to Wizards, obviously. But
No. Maybe I am.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know.
All right. Well,
Yeah, they've got their system and they want to do it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, if people are happy with that deal, then
I guess I'll just be grabbing them off Amazon when they appear there, I
Yes.
guess.
yeah.
right.
Oh well.
What other news?
Yeah, that wasn't even really news, really. It was just a
A comment.
thing that... yeah, just a comment. Is there any more news, or are we done with the news?
I don't have any.
Yeah. I mean, I've been working on like stuff like how to choose combat maneuvers in A5e, like classification by role of character classes, how one would go about doing that. It's like it's pretty wonky stuff. So that's at my homebrewhack.com blog. But
Yeah.
like, you know, it's a niche interest. I'm interested in it. It's just basically like a little project I'm working on to let people have a common language to talk about concepts, because people can talk about blaster casters and support and control, but that doesn't really mean anything. So I'm just like having a step at putting some working definitions in so that people can actually have a conversation about it, and also maybe specify a subtype, because that's quite handy. You know, I mean, I don't expect it. It's not going to be particularly revolutionary stuff, but I thought about it a long time, and someone asked me to actually put it down in writing, so I have. It's just like they asked me to do all the classes. I'm like, after about 2,500 words, I was like, I have a lot of stuff here, and I it's like it's an essay. I'm producing like a small book.
Yes.
A bit at a time. I mean, it might be interesting at some point. It might be helpful for new players at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
And if this sort of wonkery, this nerdery is your sort of thing, then there is something you can read on your lunch.
Look, I am not a nerd or a geek of any kind.
What's up behind you? Is that? Sorry.
Wait.
Are you?
Am I on a D&D podcast? Hang on.
Are you sat in a library full of tabletop RPGs with? Is that the Enterprise behind you as well, and
Yes.
a Wookiee, maybe, and a
Wookiee.
Millennium Falcon that I see?
Yeah, I might be a nerd. Okay, I take that
I
back.
dare say all of us here are.
I think it's probably true.
Yeah.
I begin to suspect that potentially, possibly, we may have run out of news.
We have
We
run
have
out
run
of
out of news.
news. We have run out of news. So we're probably done for the day, aren't we?
Yeah.
Apparently, I now have to read this to you. This is the official podcast of Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG news, which you can find at enworld.org. You can find show notes at morris.podbean.com or wherever you found the podcast. If you feel like they deserve it, you can support the show on Patreon. In return, you will receive exclusive bonus content. Just go to patreon.com/Morrus. If you're interested in his babbling nonsense, you can follow at Morrus on the Twitter. Send your emails to morrispodcast@gmail.com. Not all of your emails, just the ones you want us to see. That's it. I'm bored now. You can go away. Shoo, off you go. Goodbye. Get out of here.
Let's give you a
Like, I was just trying to buy a light bulb once, and then, can we take your email address? No. But I do need it in order to process this transaction, sorry. And they actually had to call a manager to override it on the till, because the till wouldn't let them process it. And I should make up an email address then. Put something in, whatever you want.
Put your email address in, please.
Donald Duck at whatever, anything you want.
Oh, the person who's got that Donald Duck emails me so annoyed. They're like, who is this Russell Morrissey that keeps sending me light bulb receipts? What a weird prank.
Donald@duck.com, absolutely.